Hi, it's Steve from PartSelect. Today we're going to show you how to put an upper rack roller on your dishwasher. Really easy job. All you really need is a flat blade screwdriver. Let me show you how it's done. To replace the upper rack roller, first thing you need to do is slide the rack forward, locate the two rack stops in the retaining tab. Just spread that back, tilt it towards the center, remove the rack stop. Slide the dishwasher rack out, put it on a flat surface where we can work on it. To replace the upper rack roller, you simply need to release the locking device. Just press up on that and slide the wheel off. Take our new wheel assembly, center the axle with the wire, and then press it into place. Now that we've replaced the rollers, simply line them up with the tracks. Slide the upper rack all the way in. And we'll take the rack stops, bend the tab backwards, rotate them into place, push the tab straight up. And your repair is complete. That's just how easy it was. Thanks for watching. Good luck with your repair.